Hey everyone, welcome back. I'll show you in a minute. I already turned on, used the camera and already went ahead and started to bend these. It's pretty much the limit of that bender, so I want to get a bigger one. I did a test piece and the test piece worked out great. But I guess when you get to a bigger piece, it didn't work out so well. So as you'll see in the video next, but I can hold that and then bend that and it'll form. It's metal. I may run it through one more time because I'd like it a little tighter than that. I can tack it, put it closer, tack it, bring it to it closer, tack it, and I can manipulate the metal how I want, but I'd like it to have the memory of that a little more. All right, as you saw, I was able to get it fed some more. I think this is about the limit. I was looking, this is the cover for the rollers that sits on top right here. Actually, it wasn't on the whole time I got it. But it goes on like this and covers it when you're not using it. And I'm like, oh, 20 gauge. So it's technically not for this thick metal, but it is what it is. It worked. I got it. Be able to just lightly bend that over and hold out my foot and see, yeah, close enough. With 2 hands, I can do it. Been real moist and humid the last few days, so there's a little bit of surface rust. I'll sand all that down and clean that up, but this part's ready. Next, I need to cut out another one of these, another one of those, but it won't have any of this or any of this. And that'll be the piece, like I said, that welds on this outer side closest to the outer skin. All right, that's it for today. See you guys next time. Hey everyone. Had to do a little bit of trimming, a little bit of test fitting. They're not tacked in, welded in, or anything. They're just sitting in place for the moment. From sitting, like I said, it's been pretty humid and stuff here, so I'll have to clean the surface rust off those, but just a quick test fit. See how I liked them. So far, they're exactly how I want them. Nice and beefy, fill the area. Room around the notch cover, that's gonna be up against there, will be where we do the notch cover. There's plenty of room to be able to access the bags, the fittings, anything needed above there. Nice and beefy. See, it comes down, I'll plate that section there. This is just set in place, nothing's tacked. Again, it covers down, now it's far enough here. Splash guard all the way over. I'll tack this all, weld this in, or I'll plug weld that in or something. But nice and covered, secured. And like I said before, let me crawl in here with y'all. I'm still gonna make another piece that connects that arch all the way down to this piece. So this tub will be completely sealed off from the inside, like I've said before. Next, I'll get these cleaned up. I'll leave these in and I'll make a template for that inner piece I was just talking about. Once I do that, then I can, I'll weld those inner pieces in over here, make it one piece, then I'll put the tub in and these outer skins will get welded once it's in. Because I won't be able to put this tub in because I made it go down past the floor. Right there. On both sides, it goes past the floor and covers that subsection. So I can't just slide them in, and they also come all the way so close to the outer skin, about a 1/4 inch to 3/8, about a finger width. I'll set up the camera and for the cutting the template and tacking all this up. I'll get the camera better, but there was just a little bit of trimming, a little bit of fitting. I didn't set up the camera, sorry. Let me know what you think in the comments, everyone. How do you like how this thing's coming out? They're not perfect. I'll end up going over them again once they're in the truck, but it's a lot better than it was. Get some of that off. Once it's in the truck, I'll sand it again. Once it's all done, I'll sand all the bare metal down like this again, and then we'll use a rust prohibiting primer. But insides are much better now. I haven't wiped it down or anything. It's just been sanded. Both sides are much better. Next, I'll go in. Now that those are mocked up, I'm going to go ahead and tack them in once I clean up everything else in here. Now I need to come in and clean up along the edges so I can weld to it. Clean up all this factory seam seal stuff. Clean up and make it bare metal all the way around there, in there, around the outside. So I'll set up the camera in a minute. I'll just set it up something like right here. And we'll get started on that next. Got most of it prepped. There's a few spots up here. I'm gonna reposition the camera
That way y'all can see better. But I got 90% of it done. All of that's prepped and ready all the way around. So I'll get all that and all that cleaned up.
That's that.
Give you a little better close up. There's a rubber patch and a metal piece that went over that so you can pop it out, I guess, on each side. All those pieces that you see there, that hole, I'll patch those up when I get the tubs in. The same one with that one back there. But all the metal's prepped. All I have to do now is trim those curves off of there so it's a flat piece. And then when I make my under panel, it'll be a point, and it'll go across down there and then back down to a point to match the tub. I'll get the tubs tacked in and we'll go from there. As you saw, I got the last little bit of trimming done. So now I'll grab the tubs. Time to slide these in. Got them all nice and cleaned up. It rained and the weather got really nice. Cooled down really good, so the peak of the summer is gone and I am ready for this beautiful weather. Even though it's wet outside, that's fine. I'll take it. So now we'll get back on this. It's all cleaned up, prepped, trimmed. Anything else I need to clean up, I can get access to. So, back at it. All right, tubs are set into place. Start fitting them in tight, get them tacked in, get the sides set up, make sure they're level. Like I said, they're just set in. They're holding themselves up. Nothing's tacked, no clamps, no nothing yet. The floor's still floppy, so I'm gonna straighten that out. Like I said, get them start tacked in and everything, but that's it for today. We'll get back on it next time. But we're getting there. All right, back at it today. Haven't done anything, just getting started. We'll start, like I said, getting these fitted tighter. work our way from one end and make it tight all the way around. We'll do that in a minute. We'll go ahead and get these end caps sanded down. Like the tubs, they got a little bit of surface rust on them. So we'll go ahead and sand them down real quick. Then we'll get start working on get everything tacked in. Now that's much better. Metal, perfectly fine. That metal is warm. Let's see how warm this metal is. Wow, just being in the shop, 133. It's warm today. This past weekend was really nice, and all of a sudden today, it's a hot one. 114, a little over 114. Let's see. 120. Yeah, I'm ready to get this thing insulated. 146. 123. These fans are just putting out hot air. I mean, the surface temperature is hot in here. 116. Yeah. All right, I'll see if I can get the camera after I go in and take a break. These just touching things. It's hot. Look, 116, just that panel. It's not fun in this. You're just sitting around in an oven. But I'll set up the camera after lunch, and we'll start getting. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get on camera, because if I just set the camera up right here, I'm going to be blocking it. There's real no good spots to put it, and me not being in the way. So I'll see what I can do, and we can get the camera on and out of the way, then we will. If not, then I'll be back with y'all with an update. Tack some of this in. Got it pretty nice and tight. Some of this has to be pushed in the hair tight, but it'll get a start. A little cheater. That way I ain't sitting here trying to push this thing up. Sometimes you're only one person, so Jack will push this tub right into place. Alright. See how the camera likes tacking. Get this one set up. We'll get it tacked in a few spots, get it where I want it. We'll do it to this one over here. Then we'll get the side plates tacked in and get this thing looking more complete. As you saw, it's all tacked in all the way around. Now I'll move on to this side. We'll get both of them all tacked in.
Alright, other side's tacked in as well. Those are ready to go. That's good for the night. About 9 o'clock. I'm about time to go in and eat dinner. Tomorrow we'll tack in the side pieces on both sides. And then we'll get those inner skins. Once that's all tacked in, we'll start working on the drive shaft tunnel and cut out the next pieces that need cut out and start filling the rest of this in. Get this thing unwrapped and on the floor. I know y'all are ready to see it. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.